Yo, what's happening guys? DDB89 here, back in some more Dragon Ball Legends news, hint, tips and information. And guys, if you've clicked on this is mainly for a free to play and or newbie kind of guide to, of course, what's the best way to Zenkai your units, and or should I bother with Zenkai my units. Now, I'm going to go through a few ways you can Zenkai, and there's going to be a little bit of maths involved, long haul, quick haul, just different ways of Zenkaiing your units. So this would be great once again if you're a new character or a free-to-play person who doesn't want to waste loads of chronos and you want to do a long grind. So this may be some helpful tips and hints for you. But guys, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you do hit the subscribe button, make sure you drop a like and drop yourself in the comments. And if you want to go that a little bit further, please feel free to hit that join button and join the Beer Fam members. Check out all the perks that are available for you, and of course anything extra you want to add, put in the comments. But we're going to continue. So like I said, we are here to see what is the best way for you to Zenkai. If you're new, free to play. If you're pay to play, this probably isn't relevant for you at all. You've already probably Zenkai'd everyone to the max. So at the moment we've got quite a few Zenkais, and Zenkais of course being the way forward. Now the first thing you want to go is you want to check out, of course, the free ways to Zenkai units. Now there's a few units that of course you can Zenkai for free, and they are normally in your events. They're mainly the EX units. So at the moment, right now, we have of course the dreaded Ginyu Force story, which gives you the option and availability to of course Zenkai awaken this Krillin. Now this way you would have to use energy. It really is a decent unit, to be honest. Most of these EX units are really decent. You would have to use energy and skip tickets. You're looking to use about maybe 1000 to 1.5k energy and or skip tickets to go through them, making sure of course you do hit up the daily ones. I've already hit my daily one. This gives you an extra 100 Z awakenings for this unit as well. Also, there are missions for him to of course help you increase your chances of Zenkaiing him, and of course getting the unit if you haven't got him. Now as you can see, I'm slowly grinding through them. I've got him to about a 5-star now, I mean a Z awakening of 5, so I'm happy with that. As you can see, there's other ways of getting him, so you just have to rank his friendship up. So make sure you are checking out those missions for that. Now, he is not the only unit in this criteria. Now, we have other ones with your Nappa, Raditz and Vegeta. Now these are all free EX units to Zenkai, and of course you have the Freezer. Now these are the main ones you can get. They all have the same criteria and they're always going to be here for the long haul until further notice, so you can always jump into them. They have the same category branch off going along, and of course you can Zenkai them as much as you want. So as you can see, I've already Zenkai'd these ones to the max of their abilities, but you can see the rewards here. You get 100 of their awakenings for the first time, and of course every time you do the daily one. And then of course you've got these ones here, which just gives you a random generated 500 on the first one there, so it's a big count. Remember guys, you do need 7,000 Z awakening let's say crystals, Z awakening items to of course awaken them to 7-star. So that is the free to play way to do it. Mainly once again they are EXs, and they did do a Legends Limited Super Saiyan 3 Goku way to get him, but it was very poor. You only managed to get maybe 1/2 copies of him, so it wasn't really too much information to put on that one. The next way guys is of course the way everyone loves to hate to do, and that is to summon. Now the summoning, you have a few units of course, if you go to the Zenkai one in the middle, that have 100 chronos per summons, and then you've got the 20 ones, you've got your discount ones like I said, and you've got the 100 ones. So these are perfect examples. Now the way you want to do is always check the ones and check how long you've got left on them to see which ones you really want to grind out for and which one's best going to suit your team. Now as you can see, you've got that one. I haven't really got them, so another key note, if you're new to the game, you must have these units at least 7-star, otherwise you will not be able to use them. So Legends Limited units are going to be a long grind unless you're a whale, so don't count your chickens on that, or don't count your eggs on that. So you've got of course these units here. Some of them have time frames on them, and then of course you've got the ones that are going to be here for the long haul. Here as you can see, I've already done one or two of the units that I'm going to do a slow grind on. Now what I mean by a slow grind, of course you've got your Zenkai awakenings as well here. I'll show you this one in a second. which is your ticket ones. Another free way to get it. A slow grind. So a slow grind meaning you have a daily discount of 20 chronos per day. Now, like I said, you need 7,000 Z Awakening crystals for him to open him up to 7-star Zenkai 7 him all the way. So averaging, you get about, let's check here, you get about 70 Z powers for him. Averaging, that is the minimum you can get, 70. It goes all the way up to 1,500, but we're going to lowball it that you're always getting 70. Now 70, if you're doing it over 7,000, you'd have to divide that 7,000 by 70, which gives you 100. That means how many days you have. So that's 100 days at summoning at 20 chronos per time, which means it's going to be quite cheap. So if you times that by 100, the 20 by 100, you're going to get 2,000. So it's going to take around 2,000 chrono crystals over 100 days, so they're spreading it throughout the 100 days to, of course, Zenkai the daily discount units all the way. So if you're there for a small long grind and you don't mind using your crystals, like 20 crystals a day per person, it's going to cost you 2,000 over 100 days to fully Zenkai them to 7-star. That's me lowballing it. You're only getting 70 Z Awakenings. Now, once again, you can get the odd day where you get 1,500. You may get 100, etc. like that. So it will, of course, low, but the max you will spend if you lowball it will be 2,000 chronos on the daily discount. Now, doing the same equation, of course, with the 100 chrono one. So if you're going to rush it and you want to get it over and done with, you will need to, of course, it will be 100 chronos per unit per time. Once again, by 70, it's going to take you not as long. It's going to take you half the amount of time, realistically. Not even half the amount. It's going to take you a fifth of the time to do it. So it's going to take you about 25 days if you're just going to do a single summons on 100 every so often. So it's going to take you roughly around a month to fully Zenkai that unit. Now, of course, you have got the consecutive summons, which is 1,000 chronos, and it gives you a freebie. So that freebie is beautiful for you, to be honest, because it gives you an extra 70 plus Z Awakening bonus points, or whatever you want to call them. And yeah, it's like I said, it's going to cost you 1,000 to go. It's going to give you a minimum of 700 plus the bonus, so let's say 770 over the time. And if you're doing that every day, it's not going to take you too long. It's going to take you roughly around 10 cycles to do it. It's going to cost, yeah, about 7k to 6k CCs to actually fully Zenkai them. If you're going to smash them out quickly, that is a good way to do it. If you really need that unit, I'd say go for the consecutive. If you are a slow burner, like I'm going to slow burn most of these units, especially the blue and the Broly, it's going to take about 100 days, 2k chronos. It's going to be cheaper in the long run with the discount ones, but it's going to save me time in the long run. But yeah, these are really good ways to do them. If you're going for the low burner, of course you can go for the consecutive if you want to smash it out quickly, but this is mainly like a free-to-play person who doesn't really care, but they just want to get the unit Zenkai just in case something happens in the future. Slow burn it, 100 days, 2,000 chronos. If you want to go a bit faster, it'll probably take you about 25 to 30 days on 100 chronos, but that's me lowballing it at 70. It could take you less. It may take you 50 days if you're doing the 20cc, if you're getting those 1.5 Z Awakenings for it. But they're really good units. Now, going on to here, you need tickets for these ones. You've got a few units like this. You've got the Zenkai Awakening of course, Trunks, which is Future Trunks, Kid Future Trunks or Teen Future Trunks. And you have to do certain missions to get these tickets. Now, the way to do it is you go to your events, and you'll go to special. And there's an event here which is called, of course, Demon King Picker. I've showed a way to get these, of course, keys for it, so make sure you do check out that video for there. But you have to go in there, you have to fight on a cooperative mode, and then of course you'll gather tickets which will give you a free summons. You need 300 of these tickets, of course, to do a multi-summons. They're always multi-summons on this one, which is great, but it is a very, very, very long grind. So if I'm going to the right part, we'll slide all the way down. It is a very long grind, so it is a killer. It is a killer for you lot to do if you haven't already 7-starred him. But it is a free Sparking Zenkai unit. Like I said, the same along with the Teen Trunks. They do come out every so often, but this one is here to stay for the long haul, making sure you are checking out the dates as well. Now, there is one more way I can remember doing these ones, is missions. There's other ways of doing it, of course, which you have this Zenkai Awakening booster pack, which they're about 2,000 chronos a pop, which isn't too bad for what you get, because it's not just Zenkaiing the unit. I believe you only Zenkai it to maybe a level 1 at best, maybe 2 if pushing it, but I think it's at level 1. If my maths is correct, yeah, it's level 1, because you get about 1.2k Zenkai Awakening for him, so Z Awakening. So yeah, 250, 250, 200. Yeah, so you'll be able to Zenkai him by 1 with this booster pack. It's going to cost you 2,000 chronos, but you're going to get about 6 copies of the 5 to 6 copies of this unit. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, you're going to get 5 copies of this unit, as well as your Zenkai level 1, and then of course you can go on to the summon. So they're pretty much whamming their pack together. 2,000 chronos for that one, and then of course you'd probably have to go over to the summons and give it a few seconds, go to your Zenkai, and then start summoning either in your single or your consecutive. So overall it's probably going to cost you roughly around 5 to 6k to fully Zenkai him, and to, of course, to buff him up if he is new to you, to roughly that Zenkai 7. So maybe 5 to 6k, which isn't a bad shout, to be honest, but it's going to be there for you in the long run. So these are the little tips and hints, guys. There is also missions that I've already completed, so I won't be able to show you, for some of the units that have already been taken out. Where are they? Oh no, sorry, there's another way of doing it, which is your Zenkai Awakening missions. And yeah, like I said, I've completed some of them, and I'm just on the lineage of doing these. These are units that were Zenkai'd before, of course, they changed the overhaul system. Now, these ones, maybe they're still, there are units like, what was it, Blue Broly, I believe it was, well, there's a few units on there, I can't remember to the top of my head. So you can limit break them by doing certain missions, certain challenges, like using a Lineage of Evil, Goku Black wasn't, yeah, using Lineage of Evil character 40 times, 50 times, and of course leveling up your unit to a max of 10 friend points, which is a killer to do, but it gives you it to at least 1 Zenkai, and then of course you can go and summon on them in the long run. So there are many ways, guys, that you can of course Zenkai your units, and of course get some of them out the way. Let me know in the comments below what way you're going to go through this. Are you going to do a slow burner? Are you going to use loads of chronos? Are you a whale? Are you free to play? Once again, guys, that is it for me today. Like always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for more in the future. And until next time, peace.